I wish I could say good evening and welcome to the Everyday Opportunity channel, but I don't believe this is going to be a very good evening. Um, I am not monetizing this show, so there should be no commercials unless YouTube throws them in there. This is going to be a half hour retrospect of some information that has been brought to my attention that I think needs to be shared with the community. This time is not to bash anybody. This time is just for people to understand something that's going on and that I think needs to be dealt with. I don't mean to mislead anybody when I said I'm done on this stream. No, I'm not quitting YouTube. I'm done with this situation, and I'm not real. Uh, I'm just not in a very good place. Let me see if the people that I have coming are.
What's up, everybody? Hey, Kellen. Hey, Oregon Stacker. What's up, buddy? He's here.
So Oregon Stacker and Big Apple Stacker. I sent a picture to Mad that he should be sending to y'all that has the link.
Hey, Darth.
So good evening, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Unfortunately, I'm here to bring some not very good news. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad tidings, but this is a situation that I think is best handled on my channel because I will do it in a demeanor, hopefully, that is best for the situation. It is going to be a very short session, maybe 30 minutes or less. And, we're, like I said, we're not going to bash anyone. We're just going to tell the truth and we're going to let it be done.
God, this sucks.
It does. It's not good at all. Give me just a moment. I'm hoping that the link is getting. Oh my goodness. Well, let me type it out for him.
There's Mad.
I tell you what, you said Mad's in chat.
Yeah, I saw him.
I'm gonna put the link down in chat just to make it easier, just to be done with it. But understand this is not an open invitation, so please do not get your feelings hurt. There are only a couple of people that I'm bringing up to speak tonight, and that's because they are the ones who brought it to my attention and who showed me the information that needs to be shared. So here's the link: Mad Stacker, Oregon Stacker, Big Apple Stacker. If y'all could please come up. Welcome, Oregon.
Goodbye.
Welcome, Big Apple Stacker.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, y'all?
Stacker. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay the ground and kind of the terms. Steve, I'm not gonna bring you up on the panel, buddy. I laid out who I was gonna bring up on the panel already.
Someone has a background noise.
Steve,
Yeah, that's
Steve was
me.
Pretty involved in this as well. Just
if I could bring Steve up here.
I'm sorry. I just bit him off the
he
thing.
was one of the main
told
ones.
me we were bringing anybody else up.
Yeah, just Steve.
Steve,
Silva.
Steve, if you would like to hit the thing to come back up again, I apologize. I did not know pre-hand. So, folks, what we're here to discuss today is something that has been building for approximately a year or so. I'm going to be honest. We still do not have all of the information, but the information that we do have is enough for me to take steps to let people in the community know that I don't believe this person is to be trusted.
And the problem is he's been asked to explain. He's been asked to help us prove that this isn't true, and he won't do that.
He's been emailed. He's been texted. Extraordinary measures went into getting this information. And, we might get called out on it, and that's okay because we're all humans and we need to know what's going on in our society and in our community. So,
and that's what ultimately is what this is about. When you hear people,
what it's about. We're not here to bash anybody.
This is a tight-knit community. This is not about bashing. This is about protecting. This is about making aware. This is about keeping this community safe.
Absolutely.
So, let me go ahead and, just put it out there. It seems kind of silly at this point not to, but I'm not going to name the stream this because I don't need people coming back just off of that alone. So, or having the stream tucked down later or whatever, which we still may not leave it up forever, but long enough for people to get an idea. So we are here to talk about PE Stacker, aka Corey Coolbaugh. Whether he is here in the chat or hidden or whatever, I don't know. I'm not trying to hide anything from him. I did email him and try to talk to him earlier, and it stopped very, very quickly. So a long while back, PE Stacker came in and started talking to people about the passing of his wife, amongst other things.
When he first started joining my streams, his wife was in the ICU. And on January 26th, I still have the email. I went back and pulled it up today. On January 26th, 2021, he was in my stream and emailed me during the stream. And I read the email during the stream and just let everybody in the stream know and cried and just the whole nine. He took his wife off the ventilator at 9:45 that morning, according to him. And it's been a series of events since then, and he's been great in this community, which, really, really, it scares me because that means that he's been setting all this up for a year, if that's the case. Yep. And that's next level to plan something for a year to be able to come and destroy what we're trying to build here. And it's just tough.
Okay. So again, anybody who doesn't want to hear the truth or just wants to argue or just wants to be ugly, this is not the night. This is not the time. But I'm going to let everybody on this panel that has anything that they need to say go ahead and get their information out tonight. Let's start with Big Apple Stacker since he did a lot of the information look up.
Actually, the one who actually brought this information up was actually Steve,
okay.
Looking for Silver. But maybe Steve, you want to speak about it first because you're the one who you and Organ actually contacted me together. So let Steve tell you first his part.
Well, it all started out. I'm on this group that reports scammers and stuff that goes on throughout the community, and his name came up. So we just started looking into it a little bit more, along with me and Oregon. Oregon did a lot of investigation work and got into it. We found a lot of evidence out, or things that we seen that sprung a red flag up to us. So we started looking into it a little bit more, then got Big Apple involved. Oregon, you want to explain?
Yeah, so to take it from there, from what Steve talked about, guys, when he told me about the Facebook scammer group he's in, and this guy Corey Coolbaugh was in it, I immediately looked at that, and from that, I'm like, all right, I'm going to start looking into this guy. And it was actually pretty easy. He wasn't a smart man. I went to his Facebook page, and from his Facebook page, I went to his wife's Facebook page, and that's a whole nother...
His supposed dead wife.
Right, so the wife's there. On the wife's Facebook page, and I can show it, guys. I hate to say this. He's going to the casinos. He's at the casino on September 5th. I got him at the casino on September 13th. I have the wife bragging about it, showing all the winnings. Friends of theirs are in there saying, wow, you scored big. Look at that stack. There's another, going back though, there was another red flag when I looked into him on the Facebook and the wife's Facebook. There's nothing. There's no GoFundMe's. None of the friends or family are saying we're praying for you. We're thinking about you. Now, it doesn't take, at least to me, a genius to figure out if someone in your family is going through a cancer battle. Maybe one or two people at least would be saying, "Hey, we're thinking about you. We're praying for
Yes,
you."
100%.
You see none of that.
In Oregon Stacker,
None of
I
it.
went back today to the day his wife supposedly died, because every friend I've ever lost, their Facebook page becomes a memorial.
Yes.
There
And
was not a
so-
single post. There was not a single post about his wife's death on his page or her page.
So-
Neither one. So that got me wondering. And then he claimed that, oh, well, my wife's sister is the one posting on her Facebook account. Well, why would you post 3 times a day on somebody else's account as them?
In fact, let me just share with you guys. I don't know if you can pull this up, Everyday Opportunity. If you want to share that, if we can put that in the share. I'll
So
just show you guys where he's at the casino with his wife.
I did a little research, and I found out where his wife worked, and I called there today.
Look at this. Hold on. This is the wife. This is his wife, Gina. And she says, stacking today. Look at all these. Guys, this is on September 13th. Now,
I spoke to somebody at the restaurant where his wife works, and she was there.
And that was today.
That was today.
That was
It-
today.
there's
That
no.
was today. The person said that, yeah, she's here. I said, you've been working with her for a while? They said, yes. I said, do you know her husband? And they said, yes, Corey. Like, confirmed everything on the phone.
And everyone understand we give them the opportunity to come
I
front.
did.
and
Even
talk to
after that, I asked him to help me prove that this isn't true. I want to help him. If there's an explanation for this, let's figure it out. I will go to the community with you. We'll squash this. And nothing.
Oregon just said that he just booted himself out. He's
And
coming
there's-
back up.
And there's other things on there, you guys, just happened a couple days ago where it involved some stuff where they put a patio in their backyard just 2 days ago. You know, we can't change the
The
past, but we're
day
here
he
to change the future.
I was going back through my messages the day he told me that he was having to take his daughter to Connecticut for a specialist. He checked in at a casino in Connecticut that day.
What's really interesting, guys, is the wife just dropped a picture on her Facebook too of the 3 kids in the family 6 hours ago. You got a picture in there of the backyard. But I just want to tell the community that I'm just proud of you guys, how you stepped up to the plate when we thought someone was in need. And this is not gonna be he is gonna be punished. He will see the light of day. We got people in this community who are gonna find justice for us on this guy. He may be laughing about it now, but he ain't going to be laughing in a month. Let me just put it that way.
Here's what scares me about all this
Yeah.
is that when things like this happen, that it's going to turn this community into the rest of the world. Because this community is unlike the outside world. And I don't want this community to start to have to behave the way everybody in the world behaves, because we're different. And when people come in here and take advantage of us as a group, it makes us not want to reach out next time. And I beg you guys, please don't let this jade you. Please just know that there's always going to be 1 or 2 people that can sneak in and pull the wool over our eyes, but we won't let it stop us. We won't let them break us. And we can't stop being who we are.
So for you guys just coming in, people are asking what this is about. It's about PE Stacker. We know that he's been going to the casinos multiple times over the last month, him and his wife, who is alive. The kids look fine. We know the wife's a chef at a couple restaurants there in the town. We pretty much know everything about PE Stacker if he's listening to this, so he's not going to be hiding anywhere. We're going to know exactly where to find him.
I just reached out to Can right before I got up here. Can said that he did reach out to him today, a little while ago, and he did say that, I'm in the hospital in Connecticut, and KK was says, well, look, listen, you need to,
That
you
wasn't
know,
KK. Who was that? Can.
Can. Did I say KK?
No, you
Yeah.
said can. You said it
Okay.
with an accent.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
okay.
you know, I'm Italian. I don't know what to tell you guys. Can, you know, said, look, listen, if you're there at the hospital, take a picture while you're in the hospital and send it to me. He says, well, I can't do that because they don't allow pictures in the hospital. Never heard of that before, but he says, I got to go outside. And this was a while ago. He never sent the picture to Can. So, you
So
know.
this guy's been fumbling lies that I can go back
Yeah.
to for at least a full year on people. He's also scamming people on Facebook and other auctions. Guys, he's on auctions I've never even heard of, people I've never heard of. That's why it's real important we get the message out so he doesn't take someone else for a ride, which he's probably already out there trying to do right now as we speak.
Yeah, it's not
but-
going to stop here. I mean,
Ice Girl, FBI doesn't get involved for something this small.
no, FBI. It's not. It's like a grand larceny.
It's
'Cause
got to be
it's
like
thousands of-
400K or more.
Yeah, and it has to, you know, almost be with, you know, robbing a bank. You know, so, you know, we're gonna go further than this. We're gonna move forward on this, definitely for sure. That's for sure. We're not, you know, I mean, unless the guy's gonna return all that money, which I doubt he's gonna do that, because he doesn't seem like he's that smart. Seems like a real stupid guy. He's actually real stuck on stupid, if you ask me. Not a smart guy at all. Not a smart guy, because he got Facebook pictures, him and his family, and he has his own Facebook. And he's coming here maybe thinking that it wasn't gonna combine. I mean, I don't get it. Once
Yeah,
you're on
and,
this,
you know, he says he can't share the information because he's a bounty hunter, and that would put his family at risk. But when we ship him stuff, he's having it shipped to his house.
And his address
Yeah.
is on his page as well.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. That's
that's
he's
not
not hiding.
And I asked him to do the same. That's actually why I'm here. I asked him to, you know, just provide any sort of proof, you know, because all it would take is to show one of us. We wouldn't have to post it publicly, but we would go to bat for him if he just showed.
I told him the same thing. I said,
anything.
hey, you don't have to share your information with people that are going to hurt you or your family. All you have to do is share it with me, and I have enough pull in this community that if I tell people that this is not real, that it's a mistake, they'll believe me.
Absolutely.
The problem is,
Yeah.
guys, he's just a compulsive liar. He's a thief.
well.
He's
He's
gonna
not.
tell you any
he's-
story he wants to tell you just to get what he wants.
Well, the point is he's actually now. He believes his own story. That's the problem. There are people that believe their own story, and it just he's going to believe his own story, so he's going to share the story.
Correct.
I mean, he's actually somewhat consistent. He's so believing in the story. He tells the people the same true story, so he's actually consistent because he's telling everybody, but it's just not working because some of it there is a loophole between every single person. If you so far that I've spoken to, there's kind of different loopholes. They're almost somewhat, but not quite. So
And you guys, we've known this for a couple days. We've been keeping it underneath, you know, holding it
Yeah,
back.
it's
Now
not
got
like we jumped the gun
stuff.
here and we're like,
Yeah.
oh, let's go tell everybody first thing we heard. We spent hours and hours and hours.
we've
It's
been looking
Corey
into
Coolball
this.
outdoors.
And we
Reading
brought in-
Constitutional, can you email me? I have an auction item for you that we haven't connected on.
We also bring other people in the community in with us. That's not on
Correct.
this panel that we talk to and let them know what's going on, and they've provided some evidence and stuff that's happened with them. So it shows that we're a community. We stuck together. We work together to protect everyone out here. We tried our best, and we're sorry we didn't bring it to you earlier. We just wanted to make sure we knew what was going on before we said anything.
Yeah. I think Oregon spoke to someone on Facebook who actually
Yes.
said that he owed money. And am I right, Oregon?
Yeah, actually, what I found out through my basically 2-3 day investigation here is while we're raising money for him, he's going on other auction streams and bidding on silver, and some of the people he's not paying. Which is, you know, why are you? It just all goes back, guys. Why would you be spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on auctions and these other streams when you quote unquote need money for the cancer treatments? Right? It's just all a circle.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It goes back to the thing just a couple days ago. They put a brand new patio in their backyard. And that wasn't cheap.
Yeah, I agree with you, Robert Worley, and we all know, what a travesty number one thug was, or thug stacking, or whatever you want to call it. And I mean, he's as rotten as they come, but this is even worse
Yeah,
because
this guy makes
a year deceiving.
While we're talking about that real quick, just to let you guys know, Thug Stacking is now doing auctions. If you could get the word out to stay away,
yeah,
he's another guy that's trouble.
Ice Girl, you can request a refund on Cash App, but the person that on the other end has to approve it.
It has to do it exactly, and
and most of the time that if like I just gave a donation and I paid Kellanell for that, and how do I now go after Kellanell? I mean, he collected money, and I'm not going to go after Kellanell like that. I'd rather go to the source. I know how simple it is for me to get to that guy.
Or we sent it friends and family. So I mean, maybe if we all got it together, but I'm not sure.
I'm not. I wouldn't even.
No, I
He's
just
the guy that I'm looking for now.
Absolutely.
Kellanell's, nothing to do with you, Kellanell. Don't worry, I'm not coming after you guys.
And everything.
Yeah, I mean,
you
I
guys
don't want him
need to
thinking that I'm coming after him, but.
And everyone out there needs to understand he's been playing this to some people in here, among the community, for over a year or longer. He's been doing this leading up to something like this.
I just got into this like a couple of days ago, like researching this, and people were coming to me saying, Oregon, he says the wife is dead from last year. And I'm like, dude,
who's gonna question that, right?
She's got a Facebook page and she's with the kids. There's no way.
Yeah, like I have that I saved my emails, and I have that email from January 26th, and he told me that he took her off the ventilator at 9:45 a.m.
So what are you saying?
I'm sorry. That's also why I'm here. Is he's been talking to me through text this entire time for months now, and I have text messages where he asked me for help financially, and that's when I kicked it into gear. Went on Pammy J's stream, and we started raising money on Saturday 2 weeks ago. So I have him texting me, asking for help, sending me his PayPal and his Google Pay and all that Cash App. So I have proof. If anyone needs it, I will give it to anyone.
Okay.
So I see a lot of people saying a year. Yes, these guys that do this stuff like this, they build stuff up slowly to get people to start to feel sorry for them. And
no, Debbie, his wife isn't dead. His daughter seems to be fine. There's just
his wife is a chef, and she works at.
We don't want to say where she works. I don't think.
Well.
But it's posted on her Facebook page,
Yeah,
it's posted on.
It takes 5 seconds to find it.
Well, like
you can read it. It's okay.
Guess what, Gina? You and your husband, everyone gonna know about you soon.
Yeah, I mean,
we don't know. Welcome.
We don't know
whether this yourself.
Yeah,
I mean, go look yourself. You're more welcome to. Go look.
They're out driving Teslas. They're test driving Teslas.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna, so.
Yeah.
But,
and we're sorry we had to bring this to you guys, but we felt like everyone needed to know we can't change what's happened. We only could change from here forward, and that's why we're here doing this.
If you guys have any information out there regarding him too, if you could please send that to Big Apple Stacker or Mad Stacker, because we're going to start just forwarding all this information to the authorities. So just to build a bigger case on him.
Absolutely.
We want to build a case on this guy as strong as we can. So again, if you guys out there in the community have any information, or if you could give them dollar amounts on the thefts, just send it to Big Apple and Mad Stacker.
Yeah. So
if he owes you money, you guys, the odds are you're probably not going to get it.
Yeah.
Silver Bull, I have literally stopped my stream and prayed for this guy. I literally spent time with him on the phone and tried to lead him to the Lord, because everything he was going through, I knew the only way he could get through it was with Jesus. Like, that's how hook, line, and sinker I was.
I've had Mad Stacker almost breaking down on my stream because of this guy.
It breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Like, when I first heard this, I was sick to my stomach. I wanted to throw up.
And believe me, a lot of us put our own stuff up for auctions for this stuff. And it hurts a lot of us. I mean, some of us, we have personal things. people we knew involved and our family members that had cancer. That's why we stepped up to try to help.
Big Country, the amount of money that was sent to P. Stacker, I hate to tell you this, man, it is big. It is a big amount of money.
Probably well over 4 or 5 grand.
Oh,
Yeah.
buddy, well over that.
Well, 15,
Well
I'd
over
say.
that.
I
I
sent
think
them.
I think it's higher than that. I really do.
I probably sent them
Yeah.
over 1,000 myself. 1,000.
Yeah, I mean,
one
once
K
I
myself.
start getting numbers, it's gonna, the numbers are gonna go high.
Oh yeah,
I mean, there's no doubt about.
we could
the
be sitting on.
numbers.
I mean, yeah, I'd hate to even put a number on it. I think it's going to be way more than what we even imagine.
And we'll still give him the opportunity to prove us wrong. We wish he could and would.
That would be great.
Exactly.
Yeah, like,
We'd love
Well,
for him to
you
prove
got to
us wrong.
prove to prove
After
me.
his
You better
wife died-
show me some documentation.
Let me
Shortly after
start.
his
I
wife
don't want-
died, his brother was in a car accident and got killed. So he had to take his brother's baby. And
You
then
better.
after that, he started going through a custody battle with his wife's family. They were trying to take his girls. And he finally got through that whole custody battle. And then
Those
his
are court.
daughter got killed.
Those are court documents. That's very simple to show. That's not that hard to show. Court documents. A death certificate for a wife. It's a very simple operation to show. Hey, this is my wife. I'm married. Here's my wife's death certificate. Those
Yes.
are documentations that everybody gets when some
Yes.
any tragic thing happens. But
I
bottom line
wanna-
is, you can't tell me word of mouth. You need to show me documentation. That's the only way that you get out of this.
And we
I
give them,
can't see it.
and you guys, we give him opportunities. Mad Stacker's given plenty of opportunities to come forward and say, "Hey, here's the
Big
evidence."
after
Here.
cutting in and out.
Yeah.
I begged
has
him.
been the same.
I begged him to help me help him because I did not want this to be true.
Believe me, when I first saw this, I was saying, "I hope I'm just fishing in an empty hole here." I was hoping that real.
I just want to tell you guys that before we brought this out, before we talked to Everyday Opportunity, and we want to thank him for letting us share this on his platform.
Yes.
We made sure that we had evidence. We crossed our I's and dotted our T's to make sure what we actually found is correct. And as we dug more and more into this, it was just obvious what was going on, man. It's just at one red flag after another red flag. And as we got deeper in this, as we talked to Mad Stacker, he talked about the wife and all that line. It was just, it was laying a foundation and building a house. And basically, we got everything lined up for this guy. He
We
has played
spent
us.
we probably spent 5 hours, 6 hours yesterday
Yeah.
talking with people, individual people throughout the community about stuff that came and talked with us about this.
Big Apple Silver Scorpion says he sent you a message. You definitely want to connect with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys know Wine Country, I know Wine Country did a lot for this gentleman as well, and I feel really bad for Wine Country today. I feel bad for everyone, including myself, but I saw Wine Country. I mean,
I put something up for auction. He
Man.
bid $300 for it, so that I could send him $300.
This
You know
year
what?
I actually lost my brother and I lost my partner. And that's why he started talking to me.
Yeah, because
So-
he knew that you were in need of a friend.
that's T. Unfortunately, that's what this guy preys on, right? He
Yeah.
preys on emotions and he preys on weaknesses. He was smart in a way, guys. We got to be careful in the community now. He played this really cool, to be honest with you. The way he got in with people, and I let my guard down. I admit it, because I had friends that talked about him, and I didn't check him out. I just thought this guy was legit. And so let this be a lesson for everybody out there that we need to really cross our I's and dot our T's with anything that comes forward in the future.
The
And at
weird
the same time, I do want to be able to step back and look at, there are still so many shining stars in this community.
Oh yeah.
Really, really, really.
So
are.
many.
and you're exactly right. There's 99.9% of the people that are great in this community, and it takes that 0.1% that makes us all look really bad towards something like this.
Yeah.
So, as a community, we came together as a community and doing what we think's best for everybody in this community.
It's
Okay.
heartbreaking.
So at this point, I think maybe we've already kind of said enough already. So,
Yeah.
Let's not drag this for the entire night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyday opportunities. Are you still with us, or or did he split on us?
Hello?
Yeah.
No wonder. I've been saying goodbye, trying to shut the stream down for about 4 minutes now, and I have my mic turned off. Wow.
We don't want to. We don't. I think we've already said enough. Everybody that's been here.
I
Everybody that's
agree.
been.
We are past our time limit.
Yeah.
Yes,
I don't
sir.
want to keep.
So
Everybody by
just
now knows
parting
already.
words. I'd like to say to everybody in the chat that we love you guys. That you guys truly are the what
Heartbeat.
makes up the best community on the YouTube. You guys are the best of the best.
Yep.
Stick to those that you know are good people, and for God's sakes, when stuff like this happens, let's stick together. Let's share the news and let's put it behind us. Move on. I'm not saying let them off. I'm just saying let's not let it ruin who we are.
Exactly.
All right. So Mad Stacker, Big Apple Stacker, Steve looking for silver, T, Oregon. Thank you all for coming out here and facing the community, knowing the rhetoric that we're all going to be going through for the next couple of weeks. There's going to be a lot of back and forth.
Yep.
I want to thank you all for coming up. I think this was a very constructive time. There was a little bit of crap going on the side, but hopefully that got squashed out pretty quickly. I will be having my normal show tomorrow night, so I will be back in order. I hope the rest of everybody else gets back in order, and we will see y'all soon. Good night, everybody.
Love you.
Good night.
Love everybody.
Good night.